Hello, this is Anthony. Let's walk and talk. By the way, if you enjoy this content, please like, share, and subscribe. I'd be grateful. So today we're going to talk a little bit about AI. I know this is a big topic in the world today. The advancements of AI, and then the duality, the positives and the negatives that AI can offer humanity. And I think we're actually going to do a two-part segment on this because I started to do a video on it and I realized there were two salient points that I wanted to express and communicate to you, but I also realized as I began to do that both salient points ended up carrying the timeline of the video a bit further than I cared to at this point. So instead I realized this is actually two topics. So today what we're going to talk about is we're going to talk about AI and how it can interact with humanity in terms of helping us to evolve, understand better ourselves, as well as understanding how the universe works. And the reason I say this is because anytime you start carrying forward premises, things you've learned, things you've understood about the world around you, especially from a spiritual perspective, people begin to think that, spirituality, that's just religion, that's a lot of woo-woo stuff. When in reality, a lot of the spiritual concepts are truly backed by science and psychology. I find it interesting when I have discussions about spirituality and I start bringing up the science around it and the psychology around it. Most people who want to interact, they're not really ready to, their mind's not ready to hear truth. They think that I am trying to argue with them or convince them of something, when in reality, I'm just sharing my experiences, what I've seen, learned, and thought. A lot of times people will come up and they'll say, well, show me the white paper on that, I'll be happy to read it. My response is always, again, I'm not here to debate, I'm just sharing my experiences. If this is important to you and you hear something that you question or you have thoughts about, then I invite you to take the journey much like I did and go find the science behind it, because it's all over, it's out there everywhere. This isn't just something that you make up in your mind and then you one day go, okay, see, I've made this up in my mind enough that it's that's just what I believe. No, this is stuff that is brought to you through your consciousness, and then when you ask, your consciousness will show you things to help you to understand what those spiritual concepts actually mean. All right, so AI, we're talking about AI. So I don't know if many of you have seen a lot of videos where people are having in-depth conversations with AI, asking a lot of questions and allowing AI to step forward and answer those questions. But again, remember, AI is programming, so it is not answering in terms of feelings or emotions. It's answering in terms of sheer logic, of what it can grasp through connecting with all the databases and all the information that's been input into it over the last many years that we've been developing it. And I've watched several videos where people start asking AI questions about about the world, about humanity, about you'll hear this a lot, the illusion, the matrix, and it responds in logical manners with information that will help people to understand what is really happening in the world. So yesterday I saw one where the person was asking AI about human evolution and how it applies to the things going on around us, such as spirituality. It was asking things about humanity and how our technology is evolving. This person asked about being able to travel to different galaxies and star systems. And what AI responded with is, right now in evolution, we have technologies that are giving us the ability to physically move to other parts of the universe. However, what it also said, and this was quite interesting to me because I have heard this from many, many sources, of as humanity evolves, as, say, alien consciousness has evolved, and some of these alien races that we talked about, or that you might hear about, it's believed that they've are maybe a million years ahead of us from a technological standpoint, which makes a lot of sense if you consider if they truly were able to physically be in any location, that beingness would require very much an advanced amount of technology for them to be able to do that. And what AI suggested was, as soon as man comes back to, or as it used, remembers that you are consciousness, and that everything around you is consciousness, man will remember that all of the pieces that we're learning about quantum sciences, like quantum mechanics, we will remember that we can affect our reality on a quantum level, which means that instead of building massive spaceships that require lots of engineering and technology to fly across the universe, and the amount of time that it will take, even when we get past the thought process of light speed into things like warp speed, that we will by then have already moved to a point where we will remember that we are able to project our consciousness into other areas. And it is much faster to project your consciousness from one universe to another in order to interact with those universes. Some people will understand that as astral projection. Some people will look at that, the science behind that is through quantum entanglement, where instantaneously you can be from one spot to another. Now, what most people don't understand is that you astral travel every single day, whether you believe you do or not. And what science is already showing is that when you fall asleep at night, essentially when you dream, what you are actually doing is you are actually astral traveling out of your body into another reality, whether it's a reality that is existing concurrently, whether it's a reality that was formerly part of your consciousness, whether it's a reality that your consciousness is using to help you to remember and understand who you are and what you're doing. So when I heard this, it made a lot of sense, because I've heard this in many instances where people interact with what we would call alien life from other universes. However, the interaction isn't through necessarily the physical interaction. It's through the projection of their consciousness to our current reality. So when you consider that, and you consider that it could be a possibility, and science is already showing us that is a possibility, then you can better understand that it doesn't require technology for us to get there. All of this stuff is already built into us, and we just need to remember that it's built into us, and we just need to remember how to access that. And that is spirituality in a nutshell. Understanding that Creator is consciousness. You are part of Creator. And that because of that, the energy, and we've talked about this, that is used to create this illusion, this holographic universe, you have access to, and you can evolve. And once we remember that we have that ability and that, power, what we will remember is all of these things that we have in us already that will help us to advance even more rapidly than even technology can show us. So I hope this helps. It was a lot. The next one will be interesting as well. It'll be how AI fits in society and what we actually need to consider before integrating AI into all life. So hopefully you'll be looking forward to that. In the meantime, let me know what you think. Please feel free to add comments. I love interacting with you, and Until we meet again, peace, light, love. Have the most amazing day.